stupid.
Yeah. Oh, it's almost as stupid as that? I'm joking.
Okay.
Because legit Shadow Chop too. I was like, what even is this one?
All right. Let's go ahead and switch
think-
this
I think,
over.
Trial 2
All right. Let's go ahead and switch this over. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Sorry, I
Hi.
didn't get you a lead time in that. I'm still very terrible at this.
Hey, you're good, Doodle.
All right.
Happens.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully everyone can hear me and nothing's actually like ruined. Okay.
There is echoing apparently.
Okay.
Or somewhere.
What the heck? Hold on. Right. It's okay. We're still waiting on someone to ready up.
And thanks for subbing, Delaware Digger 1 while waiting.
Okay. Is it
apparently we
fixed?
don't have any.
Okay.
It looks like it's fixed. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, I'm still very terrible at this. Okay, hello everyone and welcome to ZSR, and today we have a very fun Freaky Friday race that a lot of people are very excited about. We'll go ahead and we'll tell you it because we still are waiting on one person to ready up. So this is called Dungeon Run. It's something somewhat brand new. I think a lot of people have had thoughts about this. I'm essentially the one who's starting to popularize it. Oh, and we're ready to go, so I'll just have everyone go. So essentially how this is going to work is everyone is going to... It's a Triforce hunt. So there's 12 plandoed Triforce pieces. There's one at the end of every major dungeon. There's also one at the end of each of the side dungeons, so Ice Cavern, GTG, and Bottom of the Well, except that one at Bottom of the Well is in the Dead Hand chest. There's also one at the top in the Validation chest, and that one is locked behind one random trial. So it's a very interesting way to determine how you want to actually play, because you have the ability to go for almost any dungeon just based on the items that you get. Also, as you can see, you start as adult.
With an ocarina. We have DC, okay. DC, fire, water. I'm reading off Lost Screen, Shadow, Deku. Can someone catch Temple of Time hints?
Yeah, hold on. Let me add it in the thing, because I'm still very bad.
Okay. The only Temple of Time hint I caught was Shadow was Crater is foolish.
Yeah, I missed it.
Oh, Sun's Unburning, Cack,
Those shootings dead, sung storms at suns, and they missed the fourth though. We'll get another chance at it here though.
Crater Foolish is the one I caught, so that works. Also, we're getting it again from Sean. Yep, Bird and Cack is Sun Song. Adult Shooting is dead. Composer Grave has the Song of Storms.
DMC is dead.
And
Sure.
Crater. Yep.
So there's a lot of things to keep in mind, especially at the start. So you'll see that most everyone's going to rush CAC. And a lot of that is because this is just where the majority of all of the good stuff is, because we have closed Deku Tree. So you need to find at least one item in order to get into any of the dungeons.
That is correct, because yeah, if it weren't for closed Deku, it would be a basically free Triforce piece. And Kakariko is quite powerful. We've also seen this a lot with the co-op tourney, which has open bridge, start with adult with ocarina, and so it ends up having similar. Usually we'll have a lot of cases. Hey, Ice Cavern has prelude. Alright, well.
I mean, you can't complain necessarily about prelude being Ice Cavern, since you still have to do it.
It's not. It's maybe. I mean, for all you know, there's Rudo's Letter is somewhere really silly, and you just never end up going there.
I mean, doesn't it have a Triforce piece because it's part of the dungeon rush?
It does, but you don't have to pick up all 12. You need 7 of the 12, so you can pick which ones.
Oh, okay.
And if Rudo's Letter happens to be somewhere incredibly stupid, you might not end up doing it.
Oh, there's Greg.
Yep. Also, probably being nice giver means Serenade is in Foolish Crater, as we see Requiem in the Windmill.
Mm.
And Lost is the only one of our runners to have gone child, at least briefly, though looks to be going back adult alright.
Fair enough. So the question here is, anybody going to go check the song? Because I always like to check the song after I find Requiem.
Yeah, it'll be great if they get a dead hand in the well, guard a piece of the Triforce. Hey, butter knife on handle Andrew. That's actually really handy. That's second tree, right there. One item down for as far as pieces go, and a prescription on the injured cow. Hey, hopefully you'll do that once though.
Yeah, we got a lot here so far. We'll have to see how far it goes, though.
Indeed, not a terrible start though.
Indeed.
Let's hope the hookshot's not as stupid as I rolled a practice test seat for these settings earlier today, and I rolled a really silly hookshot location. Shadow Trial 2 was your first hookshot, which requires fire arrows. Those were on icy waters at the bottom of Zora's Fountain. Locked behind iron boots in Light Trial. And some other really obnoxious logic. I did miss what Axe saw in the TARDIS, but we'll see it from
It was just a piece of heart. It was a piece of heart.
Yeah, that's it. It did. I was like, yikes when I rolled it. Didn't actually play it, but I was like, yikes, is my opinion. Seeing the other hookshot was hard hook lock and big pose, so have fun. Well, is actually going to head to Adult Zora's River here, interestingly.
So actually this is a play that I've determined is actually pretty good, especially going in the early adult, being able to grab a bunch of hints, because hints get really bad as you go on in the seed. So getting just hints right at the start, since you have a whole bunch of them, is pretty good. Plus there's a bunch of stuff that can be considered Sphere 0, or Sphere 1, I guess.
Depends.
Well,
as adult.
Yeah, that's true. It depends. But this
the upper and lower heart pieces are not free.
Yeah, but this is still a decent play when you are going adult, and that's what we've discovered at least.
It is. It's come up in the co-op journey now and then as well, which also has which also has startled adult and a few other things. Like, it's not a terrible spot to go, especially if we're trying to kill time of day. Gunpei race at absolutely nothing. Alright, River is foolish. Gee, thanks!
Oh, so much for that play. You gotta love getting it, like, while you're in the river.
So cool, you can kind of ignore everything I was just saying there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hyrule
Castle. Not especially valuable one, considering people are probably still going to do free song at some point. That's just the seed being rude, though. Hey, you did early river? Nope, yeah, it's foolish. Yeah, the hint's in river too. Yeah, but 2 heart pieces, a shield in the grotto. Yeah, this is a useless river. And GTG is Pog. Yeah.
Pog.
Path of Gold being replacing, I'm hearing myself through your mic or something. In a way. Yeah, GTG Way of the, Path of Gold, for those who don't know, Path of Gold was a replacement for Way of the Heroes in, these settings. Okay, Frogs 2 is dead, yeah, we figured, considering we saw that River's foolish. Path of Gold means that there is an item in that location, item or song in the case of Hyrule Castle, that leads to a Triforce piece. It doesn't mean it's a Triforce piece there, it means that there is an item leading to a Triforce piece there.
Which, again, we already know where all the Triforce pieces are, so that means anywhere the Path of Gold is, that pretty much means it's going to be an item for completing a dungeon of
Pretty
some
much,
kind.
as we see Song of Time, the Colossus from Axe. Sparks picked it up a little earlier. Speaking of Sparks, he's off to Ganon's Castle. Has Song of Time, so can currently do 4 checks in here. He can do Forest Trial, Water Trial, and the first chest of Shadow Trial.
I always forget you can do that with Song of Time.
There's a whole lot of things that you can do that with. You require one of 4 things: a hook shot, fire arrows, a bow, and fire arrows, and the ability to use it, I suppose. Hookshot, fire arrows, Song of Time, or hover boots. Any of those 4 things will get you Shadow Trial first chest. It's remarkably free, and Sean is about to check out Hog Hyrule Castle.
Also, I like the Gullies theme going on Sparks audio here.
That too. And Axe is also checking out Hyrule Castle. With Song of Time, this is a slightly better play. It's as OP as it is in co-op, where you have scrub sanity. Hey, there's no lens in Forest Trial. That exists.
Lens bait? No, I'm kidding.
You already have Requiem, so it would be for getting the treasure chest minigame.
Yep.
Speaking of, I don't think Sean got much of anything off Richard, but I could be wrong. Hey, there's a regular bottle in Water Trial.
Red potion, actually. To be more specific.
Nah, I guess. I meant it's not Rudo's letter, but Big Poe.
Yeah. So it looks like he's gonna get some blue fire here, I would assume.
Just in case, you never know.
Yeah, it's true.
Also, apparently our one trial is Forest today, which requires a fire source.
It looks like Sparks doesn't know they can get the one in Shadow Temple, or maybe this is just faster? I don't know.
No, he doesn't know.
Nope. That is kind of niche logic, to be fair.
It is. It's one of those Song of Time blocks you never really think about, but it's a thing. Also, we did see Rare Test is that an Axe is also not going for Shadow Trial 1? Where is confusion? 20 Skulls is dead. We're getting all our sometimes hints today, apparently. That's our fifth out of 6.
So that means only because 34 and 50 are dead in this thing, right?
Correct.
So it means we only have 10 to worry about.
That is correct. We are still running on a tournament hint distribution, so we will have 5 Path of Gold hints, we will have 3 Foolish hints, we will have 6 Sometimes hints, of which we've seen 5, and we will also have 6 Always hints, which are Big Oron, Frogs 2, the Ocarina of Time song, the Burning Kakariko song, Skull Mask, and the hint that Forest Trial is on.
So far, I guess we'll see. I think someone else did Hyrule Castle, right? Or is no one? I think Sean's the only one, right? Nocturne. I assume that's probably our Path of Gold right there. Right, which makes sense. Looks like we're seeing some Talons chickens. Not quite regular chickens. Or some might even call it the good chickens, because the other ones everyone hates, and these ones everyone does, so. Okay. Just a foolish little ice trap on Talon's chickens there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to step away for a minute. I saw though that Nocturne was on ZL.
Yes, Nocturne was on ZL. That is correct.
Not surprised. That's kind of gold.
Yeah.
Considering.
That's what we were all saying.
To note also that Logic expects you to get all the Triforce pieces, even if we only technically need 7, as we see ZL on Malin.
It's fantastic. Oh, you gotta love seeing Zelda's Lullaby. For sure.
Oh yeah. Very handy.
So my honest question though is so we find Ruto's letter. Do you
Lost is rather amused at seeing the river full of shit.
But if you get Ruto's letter, would you rush ice?
With a free bottle that turned up in Ice Cavern and knowing that it's a Triforce piece? Likely. I mean, with it, in these settings, Ice Cavern's actually not terrible. You know it's guaranteed. It's one of the fastest ones there is.
That's true. Also, it is viable to unfreeze King Zora now.
It is. Open Bridge makes King Zora a heck of a lot easier, because you can just get Blue Fire out of Water Trial. No ball shenanigans.
Yeah, the slowest are definitely Forest and Shadow.
Absolutely.
I mean, water and fire can also be kind of trolly depending on key location, but
it's more variable. Shadow and Forest, you just know those two are giant time sinks.
Yep. But of course, you obviously want to do Deku Tree like Sean's doing right here.
Yep, having found that Kokiri sword off of Anju, this is quite nice.
Also, I do want to say I'm really enjoying this custom music.
Yeah, Child Dungeons and Ice Cavern are the fast. Let's see. DC, Deku, Ice. Well is really fast. Babu's not bad.
But so since 30, 40, and 50 are dead, and at least we know that 20 is dead. I'm gonna be very curious to see how they route out these skulls. But Sparks over here, getting ZL here. Sean, let me check out this other hint here. Temple of Time is a Path of Gold. So that probably might make us commit into a certain set. Might make us go for Spirit and Shadow Medallion, because it's probably the fastest one. There's also the Dongo's Cavern is our Forest Medallion.
Yeah, so like in this particular thing, Forest isn't all the worst, but it is not great. But the fact that it will lead you to another Path of Gold might make it worthwhile. The thing that's interesting here, because of how the Triforce pieces are laid out with Fire Temple, because the Triforce piece is on Volvagia, key logic is very different in these settings. So the boss key more often than not ends up later in Fire Temple, making it kind of not great, but it's actually still a little bit better in some scenarios. So interesting
Indeed.
stuff.
It definitely is, especially with Fire. I misspoke. I had said DC being, it's actually Fire that's their Forest Medallion. So we have we have a few ways to check what could be Temple of Time, could be Path of Gold.
There's also this possibility of it's very possible that it can just easily be ignored because we might be able to do a bunch of other dungeons instead. But it is kind of an interesting way to like think about the seed and like, okay, here's some direction that I could go, but you're also potentially not punished for not going in that direction. And that's why some people have been really enjoying these settings. Kit Kat, I am unfortunately the seed roller. My seeds tend to hide things on vanilla checks, so.
But this seed, I guess we're not going to be seeing any broken Deku stick, due to the fact that we found the sword pretty early. Butter sword, a butter knife. I always want to call it butter sword.
Hello, sorry, I keep stepping away because I have some plumbing problems in the house.
It's all good.
I've got someone on it, but I have to go make sure they aren't missing tools or anything. We'll hopefully get it sorted. How's Deku Tree going?
Not too bad so far. Everyone's definitely going straight for it. That's for sure.
Yep. Also gonna get a look at the hints because I missed this earlier. Yeah, thanks. Forest Trials on.
Yep. Temple of Time is also Path of Gold.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, we found a bow. I saw it, but just didn't say anything for some reason. Just didn't click in my brain.
Bow was in Deku?
Yeah, it was in Deku. It was in Compass Chest.
Alright. But yeah, if I just disappear for a couple minutes, it's because of plumbing issues.
Mm-hmm. I've been seeing Sean is going for a lot of skulls. I can't remember. Did he get the 20 skull hint?
He did. He did a Pyro Castle that had the hint.
Okay, so I guess he just wants to rush the 20 skulls, I guess?
10 skulls.
I mean, 10 skulls, that's what I'm going to say.
I guess so. So no, don't run a Doodle Seed. I mean, Vanilla Boomerang and other had Vanilla Hovers could be worse. You could have gotten... I rolled a testing with these settings that had it first hookshot on Shadow Trial 2. And that's absolutely miserable considering your Iron Boots were in Light Trial.
Indeed.
And Fire Arrows were on Icy Waters.
Oh. Just barely missed it.
Lost is also going for skulls, actually. And she also has this 20 skulls hint because it was at Hyrule Castle. Everyone who got Nocturne has that hint.
Yeah, seems like everyone is very much rushing these skulls, though.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are thinking there's something on that 10 skulls.
It's a Song of Time, Dynasty, or however you pronounce it. Dynasty? Yeah.
It looks like Dynasty.
Yeah, it gives you 3 checks on the right side of GTG. There's the bow for sparks. And also the toilet. Which is the swirly silver silver rupee room on the right side of GTG. That's Hard Song of Time locked. That really, really sucks. Hard requires Iron Boots and Song of Time and a hookshot, along with GTG access. It takes ages. It's one check and it just sucks.
Unfortunately.
That's Goma down for Sean. First of the runners out of Deku Tree. Lost is joining everyone here shortly, I presume, once she picks up this skull, which is her. That's her 5th. And Sean's first Triforce piece.
First of 7. That's going to be picking up their Shadow Medallion.
Yeah, most important part about Dungeon Run, make sure you pick up the Triforce pieces.
Yes, do not run past them.
That would be very awkward.
I mean,
It's
people
complete-
sometimes brain fart that. But that's halfway to lighter cutscene in a Path of Gold Temple of Time. Problem is, the other half is Forest Temple,
Unfortunately.
and they really don't want to do that.
Oh, Sean's doing Child Spirit. Okay. I like this play, actually. Actually, now that I think about it, like, oh, he's just checking the song. Okay, I was about to say, how's he gonna do shit? Like, Child's Spirit, he doesn't have like explosives or anything, or any way to hit the switch. Like, he was just checking the song. Now you got Exani and Sparks over here, basically giving each other high five, taking down Goma, pretty much at the same time. Hyrule Castle is still Path of Gold. Looks like Sean's gonna go ahead and check the song here. As we know, songs are still valuable, so never a reason not to check them.
Yeah, with Bottom of the Well being so important, like one of the biggest questions that usually will come up is, where is Song of Storms? But as we know, this will be the Sun Song at least, but that gives us another check.
Yep. And Sun Song is, I also would have to say, is arguably one of the more powerful songs. Like, I wouldn't call it like. Oh, what about?
Sorry, okay, there's the other river full of shit. Thanks, Gabe. Plumbing issues are sorted, so I should be good for the rest of this, hopefully, as Sean gets Song of Storms. Where was the elf?
Storms.
Oh yeah, okay, so this is Storms. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we got Storms here.
They
No,
got-
I think it was Ravaged Village was Suns. I believe that was it.
Okay.
No, we had Storms was a hint for Storms and Composer Grave. Oh, Toilet's dead. Womp womp.
But Song of Storms is still really, really good to find, especially with already having Zelda's Lullaby.
They can go kill Dead Hand.
Yep.
Also, I forgot Zeal's at Wallen Ranch. I slightly scatterbrained due to some plumbing issues.
Oh, good.
At least the in-game toilet's dead today.
We're gonna see some Ocarina minigame. See that? It's kind of weird to see it this late. I feel, at least.
Adult Start will do that to you. Oh, Sparks is learning Saria's song.
Apparently so.
And Axe is just getting something random. And rip Saria's for Sparks.
They're like
You
next
know, this
time.
is not particularly unusual to have Ocarina game kind of late with the Adult Start. Yes, Shadow locks burning cacti, so they're not getting that.
Nope. Wait.
Alright, Sean is jumping in the well, gonna get his second Triforce piece and see what items are in there.
Yeah, we can't. There's a few we can't check, unfortunately, but.
Well, can Burning Cat logically have ZL? Not today, but
It can.
Temple. But generally, yes. It depends on your dungeon layout.
Yeah, I've had it a few times. It sucks. Sucks a lot. Yeah, not with this medallion layout, I can't, but...
Yeah, because Shadow Temple Heart requires Zelda's Lullaby to move the boat. Kokiri's Sword was on Adel Andrew Pengi. Axe and Sparks very close here in Child Sacred Forest Meadow.
Yep,
There's Lost's Bow.
Yep, getting their bow.
I did miss Saria as Epona's on Saria earlier, but that's GTG access.
Yeah. Let's get Sparks and Exani over here, just high-fiving left and right.
Yeah.
River chest had what? I missed what that was.
It's dead. We saw that hit earlier in Castle.
Fair enough.
There's a key for Sean, so can get the like room. There's Castle Pog's second copy. Sarks is not especially amused, because yes, I think Nocturne's Pog. OT's Laro.
Yeah, we had already seen that hint. I just...
Alright, yeah, no, I've been out because I wrote copies next to each other. I've been out due to plumbing issues, keep in mind, so...
Yeah.
And there was a wallet in the well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, here in the coffin.
Giving Sean a bit of a hard time here.
Yep, Pengi try settings should be the command. Now getting storms. Likely to follow Sean to the well as Axe gets the Kokiri sword chest and Loft tries B1 skip.
What did she get here? Oh.
And she gets it. Oh, there's Riddle's letter in the well.
Rush Ice, anyone?
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously, Rush Ice.
This might be a pretty fast seed. And
hover boots in the well.
I mean,
none of these are palm locked even.
Like, it's really it's really trying to point at Shadow Temple here.
We can't get in the door yet.
I know we can't get in the door, but I'm just saying it's like we got Path of Gold's, Nocturne, hover boots. Like, only thing we're missing, I think, is like what, a hook shot and.
Well, never mind the hook shot.
Speak of the devil. Loaded bottom of the well.
Yeah, this is with it, and haven't seen all of it yet either. We're still missing the basement and the we can't get the basement. We still haven't seen the like chest or the lock.
We can get to the basement. We can get to the basement.
What would he blow the rocks up with?
I mean, no, you can go to the center and just fall down. There's no rocks needed to blow up.
Okay. Yeah, broken stick strats even.
Or butter knife.
You know what? Screw it.
Why not? Oh yeah, there's the chest behind the rocks, right? I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I forgot about that.
And Axe is now getting Song of Storms and will likely follow Sparks into the well and shot into the well. This well's been ridiculous. And the thing is to note that logic does assume you need all 12 Triforce pieces, so even if Shadow is a black spot to get a Triforce piece, usually, although early hovers makes it more of a possibility. if, I don't know, Hammer and like Mirror are both somewhere stupid or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not a great choice, but Nocturne would be Pog would be still an item in Shadow though, because Nocturne would point not necessarily because Nocturne itself would point towards a Triforce piece there. Speaking of Triforce pieces, Sean got his one off Dead Hand and Lost has gotten hers off Goma. There's another key for Sean. To know that the lock, these couple checks here for Sean are technically out of logic without bombs because we're short a key. We have not seen the bomb lock checks where it's one of those checks, so this is technically out of logic. Not that I care all that much. I think it's gotta be bomb lock keys, Purple. I think I've seen everything else. Rip Sean's shields.
F. Light arrows. Alright, can confirm we can kill Ganon now.
Even if it's absolutely not required.
So this is when the seeds start to get very interesting, because you'll start to see individual runners take different pathways into whatever they feel is the best way to go, now that we have a number of items. Yeah, and this is another reason why Well is super powerful. We've got Hookshot and Ruto's Letter and Hovers and Wallet and Light Arrows. Yeah, so it's 5.
I guess there is need one for the trial. Forest trial, we need a fire source right now. And magic. Fire source and magic for forest trial.
I was say if we find dens and magic, like I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure going for shadow isn't necessarily an unviable option here.
No, it's not. With not the worst anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you get suns, I guess. You can work towards suns at least.
This is and that's why again it can be such an interesting settings here. Is you have this idea of, well, do you do shadow if you have everything for shadow, or do you maybe try something like GTG that is not only Path of Gold but also gives you a Triforce piece too. So it's such an interesting way to consider this.
It is. And Spirit Temple requires a lot of things. Both hard required and logically required. Spirit Temple is just terrible.
Indeed. Something I would love to see with this, I would love to see this be like a tournament type, in a tournament setting. It could be something good.
Well, definitely when all of this is over and we get to the results, definitely feel free to discuss this in results once we're done, because we're having some other ideas. Like, we're just starting the this is the first time we've removed 30, 40, 50.
Fortress is foolish.
One of the things we're also thinking about is potentially upping the number of Triforce pieces needed to 8. We're not sure about that because the 7 tends to be a little bit better, but 8 might be more interesting, plus 8 Triforce pieces, on brand.
Oh, by the way, we got a Silver Scale and a hint for Fortress Foolish and the Kokiri Storm Strider from Sean, as Axe picks up Hover Boots. So, yeah, we can actually turn in that Ruto's Letter in logic now, by the way. Could not do so previously without bombs or a scale. With a hookshot, a bow, Iconas, even a Requiem, and Path of Gold GTG. Although, actually, the only people who know that GTG is Path of Gold are the people who went to Zora's River, because I don't remember if we've seen another copy of that hint anywhere.
Yeah. Also, can I just mention how everyone keeps using He's using Peric and Deku sword stick with having the sword equipped. Well, Sparks is the only one who has it now.
Force of habit, probably.
Probably. Bad habit? Like, no, I wouldn't say it's a bad habit. It's a good habit to have, but old habits never die, I guess.
No, simultaneous dead hand fights from Axe and Sparks. Axe taking down that dead hand first as Lost gets CL.
Good quick kill.
Deku Stick is for damage, but you can store damage with crouch stabs. Because OOT is a broken game. Crouch stabs do not have an inherent damage value, so it just takes the value of whatever the last attack you used was.
Yep. So it doesn't really matter what weapon you use; it'll use that damage source no matter what with the crouch stab.
Yep.
So if you swing with a hammer, your sword will act like a hammer.
Yes.
Or if
because that makes sense.
Yep. Or if you jump attack with your Master Sword, your hammer will do Master Sword damage. Because logic.
Yep. We see the hammer thing. That includes the ability for hammer to break certain types of rocks, which comes up in the Goron City maze a fair bit, because he can break those rocks a decent bit faster that way.
It's pretty funny.
Yep. Hammer jump slash the first rock, and then just crouch stab the rest, and it worked. Well, not even hammer jump slash, just straight up smash with the hammer, and then just for the first one, and then just crouch stab the rest.
Yeah, if you swing with the hammer, if you swing with the sword and then crouch stab with the hammer, it'll still act like a hammer because the hammer has the same amount of damage as, like, at least the swing has the same amount of damage as the sword. So.
And yeah, we cannot have foolish dungeons because while Triforce pieces aren't directly Path of Gold, you still can't have a Triforce piece in a foolish location. I mean, so far we've only seen 2 dungeons, both of which were definitely useful, but for stuff other than the Triforce piece, but it doesn't remain.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're seeing slingshot
for Gerudo Valley.
Sparks doing slingshot minigame.
Mm-hmm.
Got everyone just doing a lot of different things. Xani's cleaning up bottom of the well. Got Lost going to check the Gerudo Valley. Sparks.
Max is done with the well. And Sparks just managed it.
Clean! That was clean. Clean save.
Indeed, that was close.
Alright, Alright, now we got Sean going to Zora's domain, going to drop off the letter, I assume?
I would assume so. Yeah, Frog Stew is dead.
Yep. So, yeah, I definitely agree with this.
Also, Frog Stew isn't always hit because it really, really sucks. And something that is hinted cannot be directly...
Boomerang!
Oh, that's a boomerang for Lost.
That's another dungeon for Lost to be able to complete. And Sean hasn't come.
No, he has not. That is a lousy spot for that boomerang.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. She hasn't done... she has done bottom of the wall.
She hasn't.
She hasn't? I guess. Well, I know. I remember seeing like all of them in bottom of the wall at one point.
No, she's been a little bit further behind. Fire is Path of Gold. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm seeing things.
No. Hey, some nice bomb juice to go with it. Lost will be the only runner to be able to clear the well in one trip.
Well, we already know at least one, like two of those explosive areas are keys.
No, we saw 2 keys without bombs at all.
Did we? Oh, okay. I must have missed the second key because I didn't see the second key.
There were 2.
Okay.
Thank you. Forest Trial is still on. It's not like they couldn't walk in to see it or anything.
No, not at all.
So this is going to make things very interesting with Valley, because who knows when Exani, Sparks, and Sean actually choose to do that. And if they were able to choose to do it first, like, they can not only deliver in the letter, but they could also finish Jabu. So, like, this is where, you know, this really gets interesting, because your routing choices really, really matter.
They
Indeed.
do. Because on the one hand, this is Dungeon Run, so they don't necessarily have to complete Jabu, but that's a fairly decent place too. That's a fairly decent thing to do. Song of Storms is still in Composer Grave. Thank you, game. Sparks is now heading up Death Mountain. Axe is going adult. Sean's in Zora's Domain and Lost is checking back Lake Hints. Crater is still foolish. Not like they didn't see the other hint next to Temple of Time or anything. Thanks, game. There's the other copy. There's the second copy of our Grotto Trading Grounds Path of Gold hint. And I think it's the Death Mountain Trail Storms Grotto. Yep, which had also nothing as an item. Zora Diving as a slingshot. Deku Tree into Logic, technically, not that they care. And Domain Torches as a fool. And okay, back Lakens are useless. Guess, how do you like these settings so far? Question from Doodle in chat. Sloa. Sloa?
Well, it might be AFK, so I'll just jump in.
I take it.
I'll just say that yeah, if you know, I like these settings. I think it's a really interesting way to play. Plus, technically, we're an hour 15 minutes away from what is typically the fastest time to finish. Oh, look at that!
Indeed. Oh, Bob back on child fishing. Okay, that's the Dongo's Cavern right there.
That's actually an even bigger boon for Lost.
She'll have that and
Jabu.
once she makes the trip to the well, which I fully expect her to, she knows where Song of Storms is. And she's about to get Bombeck to make it even more appealing. Sparks picking up his Serenade. Which I guess might as well is a good time to start counting what dungeons they complete. Ice Cavern is complete, so we know that they can complete Ice Cavern. Jabu Jabu. The Dongo's Cavern, Deku Tree. GTG is probably completable at this point with bombs, hookshot, and a bow.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what's behind that strength.
Mm-hmm. It's 5 dungeons right there. DC, Deku, Jabu, Well, Ice, and GTG. Actually, that's 6 dungeons right there that are completable already.
Yeah, so now it's a matter of doing the pathing and actually getting it done.
Yeah,
yep,
like
GTG
is in the final chest. So,
another hammer
in the Scrub-Bite Lake. Okay, add fire to the list of things that they can do now.
All right, so Sean is definitely in the best position now. That
Indeed.
is that basically go mode for Sean.
That could be if GTG is completable. That is 7 dungeons completable right there.
Yep.
I mean,
And this is why people like this. You just do some checks. Eventually, you find it, and you find out your go mode in like less than an hour.
Yeah, well, Lost is not getting the hammer though. When Sean, I'm not sure when he's getting his boomerang. So none of these runners are gonna be in potential go mode. To note that they are a strength and forest temple.
yeah. So, I could assume that Sean could very easily end up just finishing up Hyrule Fields and then goes over to go over to Gerudo Valley. So we could see him very much getting it soon.
Mm-hmm. That is, I think that's Open Grotto has our second copy of the Fire Path of Gold. Yep, that's Open Grotto. Actually, that's Remote Grotto. Yeah, it's Remote Grotto. I can't always tell. Yeah, with Fire Path of Gold and Temple of Time Path of Gold, that hammer is really, really good.
Sparks is not having a great time here.
Not really. Oh, it's picking up the Keaton mask. Okay. Which does remind me, I actually haven't seen a Skull Mask yet.
We haven't seen Skull Mask at all. I'm so used to the scrubs settings that like, I forget that's. Wait, no, actually, Scrubs has that on too. I think.
Okay, so here's a question for you two. I'm interested to hear what you might have to say. What if we turned on Mask of Truth?
Oh, by the way, I just realized. So there was Saria's song was on Minuet, which means that Minuet is on Prelude. That's a funny Path of Gold one.
Yeah. So okay, I'm going to counter this. So there's a recent setting that was turned on, right? Or that was added where you can have the mask setting or the mask quest complete. So if you had that, what if you also had that on? Would you have that also on? Or would you consider it at least?
Most likely, yeah. I mean, right now we're still utilizing the current active settings, but yeah, most likely once that becomes like a real reality, we would probably move to that. And then maybe the only thing that just is turned off is 30, 40, 50. But yeah, Mask of Truth could totally be, very viable in these settings.
Yeah, because that was something I had thought about in general. Was just for the even the standard settings when that came to like the actual stable build, because it's on dev build right now, right?
Yeah, I think it's on dev, but yeah, right now we're just working on the main. So
right. So like, when that came on there, that would be something I wanted to kind of suggest to add, so we could turn off Mask of Truth, because I know a lot of people will be against it because it's like, well, we need long checks, but you still could argue it's a long check because you have to go there, grab one mask, and then go back and grab another. So
yeah, I mean, by the way, also Sparks inside us go kill a Skull Kid for money. Has light arrows, but no magic to use it. Unfortunately, that would make this faster. And Axe is reversing going through the wasteland backwards to get to her Path of Gold GTG, which makes a lot of sense here.
It really does.
Yeah, it doesn't have explosives, but
the worst thing here would be Mirror Shield.
She actually didn't bother picking up the wallet in the well, now that I think about it.
The worst thing to find would be Mirror Shield.
It would,
oh, indeed. Absolutely.
It would just be a gee, thanks game. Really?
I mean, it's potentially strength, but I mean, you do.
It's most likely strength.
Yeah, but yeah, you definitely do not want it to be Mirror Shield during this seed as it is.
Ooh, Iron Boots on the Hyrule Castle Ferry for Lost. That's awesome.
You'd love to see it. You'd love to see it.
Yep. Double Path of Gold Hyrule Castle.
And actually, that's a huge pickup. Some people, I mean, so here's one of the interesting things. You don't get as punished for skipping checks in this. but being able to have those iron boots and then seeing what's at the bottom of the icy waters, assuming we don't get a hint for it, which I don't
We
think
aren't.
we don't have
We
one for
aren't at
this one.
point.
Yeah, so like that's actually a pretty decent pickup to get, just because most players will most likely skip that check because they won't get the iron boots. So if that's an item, like who knows what that could also get you.
Thing is, though, Lost isn't going to the well. She ain't gonna get all the items out of there for the moment.
For a while, yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff there. She has the boomerang, but she's missing everything else to take advantage of it.
Unfortunately.
But at this point, we could be... I mean, if we aren't in go mode, a strength would put us in go mode. Or no mode, at any rate, between everyone.
Yep. Because like Fire Temple, as far as we know, like because we need strength 2 if there's 3 keys hit behind the silver block.
Yeah, 3 keys. We know Toilet's dead. Oh, there's a strength upgrade. Okay,
Well,
that's actually no
that's
mode
one
for
strength.
us. That's Forest Temple.
That's true.
But yeah, with Forest added to the list of things, we have DC, Deku, Job. Between the runners, we know we can complete DC, Deku, Jabu, Bottom of the Well, Ice Cavern. That's 5. Fire Temple is a 6, and Forest Temple is a 7. And we can do all of those things in logic too at this point.
Yep.
Between bow, hookshot, strength, bombs.
Yep. And Sparks is buying bomb shoes.
Okay, so yeah, so low key, that's actually huge in these settings. Buying bomb shoes is massive, because now you can guarantee yourself a set of explosives to do not just the one check in GTG, but also allows you to clear DC, which is really huge.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we know of 7 dungeons that are completable. GTG may or may not be, which it may be an 8th option for dungeons, especially if people can't find that boomerang.
I definitely think it's going to be a very high chance that it's going to be completable, because
I would agree with you.
I mean, logically,
3. Logically, probably not. Practically, yeah, likely.
Yeah. Actually, I think no, I'm pretty sure you still need all 9 keys, even if you have Song of Time, don't you?
You still need all 9 keys.
So I thought. Which I feel like that shouldn't be how the logic works, but
no, the logic assumes you're the biggest idiot in the world.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like because there's like because you can get over there with Song of Time, so which like I don't know.
Even with that, though, you could still be an idiot and use the keys instead of using Song of Time.
That's true. I guess I forgot about that.
Like, logic really assumes you're the world's biggest idiot for key usage.
Yeah. Which is good. It is good.
Which is good. It just results in some eye rolls when you get some with logic
Sure.
sometimes.
Yeah, you just kind of have like the.
I rolled a seed once here. It was logical AD for light arrows on the right side of GTG.
Nice. 4 out of 9 so far, so we're only missing 5 keys.
Mm-hmm. We're only missing 3 practically.
Yeah, practically, but like logically, we're missing 5. So
and the odds are that at least 1 key is strength 2 locked. They just don't care.
Yeah. So we still theoretically, could theoretically be silvers locked out of this if 3 keys are behind that.
Theoretically, though, they don't even need to complete GTG in logic.
Okay,
We can complete 7 dungeons in logic anyway already at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. But
kind of a moot point. 5. Because we can do Deku, DC, Jabu, Fire Temple's completable between bow, hookshot, strength, hammer, and the wallet.
Yep. But
no matter how bad the boss key is, it's completable.
Yeah, but
Guaranteed.
ideally though, we want it to be here though. Like we want this to be completable. Ideally,
Oh,
of
we do.
course.
Practically, we want this to be completable. VXR, let's see. Boomerang was in the Gerudo Valley. Hammer was on the scrub by the lake. Hookshot was in the well by Dead Hand.
Mirror
River
Shield is
Silver
in.
was in the well. Silver Light Arrows and Hover Boots. Iron Boots were Hyrule Castle Fairy, and Scale was Kokiri Storms.
But yeah, also Mirror Shield was just before DC for King Dodongo, so no bait on that. So it's probably another strength. Nope, long shot.
Long shot. GTG right side.
So we
Yeah,
can
that's
put
broad.
so
Add
I guess
water
we
temple to the completable list of things.
can. Sparks, I think, is just dipping out. I don't think they're thinking about that. GCG could be completable.
He has lacking bombs. Oh, he has shoes though. Yeah, he can blow up the Beamos. It's interesting because he can complete this.
Yeah, he can. I guess Sparks wasn't thinking that has a.
I don't know. It's an interesting choice because it is likely completable. Hopefully, it's a safe scope and checking valley checks, but he's going to get his boomerang and be in a wonky spot.
Yeah, Xani has 6 keys. I don't know if we saw a key on the left side. Oh, we didn't.
There's a good chance of there being one on the left side. I don't think I've seen a left side though. The Sparks failed after this.
Xani also seen. I think all of them are just dipping out because they found their Path of Gold item.
We'll see, because Axe could just be going for the haste.
Okay. Axani is at least being logical here.
Please. The odds are good. There's a strength. There's a key on the left side here, and she can just get to the center.
Yeah. But Holy Sparks finding their boomerang.
Yep.
That's very good. No.
And there's the key Axe needs.
All right, then left side is completable. At least practically. And Holy Sparks just barely missed it there. That's unfortunate.
Yep. So yeah, GTG is completable, not in logic, though Axe couldn't care less.
Yeah, I think we all couldn't care less.
I mean, this is freaking Randomizer. This is freaking Randomizer. When did we care about logic and finishing things in logic?
Also, Slingshot that also could be Path of Gold.
It can't. We saw a Slingshot on Sora.
Oh, did we? Okay, my bad. Oh, BGS.
Yeah, we saw that earlier.
Oh, I'm not even paying attention to anything, I guess.
I haven't been paying much attention. I missed the mirror shield, so we're fine between us.
That's fair.
As long as we each get okay. The thing with the other missed, we're fine.
These seeds are very, very chaotic. I have yet to find a seed that's like this where it's very not chaotic. So don't worry about missing stuff. It's gonna happen.
It happens even literally trying to watch Forerunners. Happy 1 hour, by the way. We are in
1 hour and we're in no mode.
Yeah, well, we were in no mode sub after. I think the hammer put us in. The strength upgrade definitely stuck us in no mode. Yeah. It was likely to be. It was with the hammer put us most of the way to no mode because there was, assuming GTG was completable. Strength 1 confirmed it was completable because that gave us Forest Temple even if GTG was dead.
Yeah. So Sparks is gonna get their their iron boots, but I'm gonna say everything but it. But they get their iron boots here.
It's not the hammer. It's not the long shot. It's the iron boots. While picking up her mirror shields.
So
we're probably going to see 2 hours from at least one runner. Some of these item locations are kind of silly.
So that's
But also Water Temple's completable between Zelda's Lullaby, Longshot, Bow, Strength, Song of Time.
Looks like Holy Sparks is going back adult. Possibly?
I
No.
mean,
No. Because why would they play this if they're going back
no.
adult? They're going okay. Yeah, they're going to Jabu.
Jabu has the rang. This makes a lot of sense. Jabu's not
Yeah.
terrible.
BGS was in
Four was
DC.
terrible at any rate. Yeah, BGS was a DC bridge. Sparks can't. Actually, what dungeons can Sparks complete? He can complete Deku. He's done Deku. He's done.
The Deku, Water Temple, Jabu.
DC, Jabu. He'll be able to get a strength Ice Cavern, Well, Forest. He doesn't know he can complete GT, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
1,
Spark.
2, 3,
I don't think
4,
Sparks
5,
realized.
6. He can. Okay, there's Axe's doing.
I think.
Lost his DC.
Yeah. So I think Sparks didn't know that there was a piece at the end of GTG. I think that's what happened.
Because he skipped it. Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
I would assume so, but I mean, he knew that there was a step hand. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to assume, though, that nothing was on the valley checks, like, I would assume that he would have saved quit and then go back to GTG. So I feel like that it's just a bad thing or bad set of timing that something was actually in Valley.
Also, Sean has jumped into Path of Goldfire. He can complete fully in logic with bombs, bow, hookshot, hammer, and a wallet.
Yep. Not sure where Sparks is going here.
Fish.
Oh, getting a fish. Okay. Like usually, I just go to the left side and just hop down. That's how I get my fish. That's like kind of threw me off.
Yeah. Sorry, Discord's blowing up on me right now. Thanks.
It's all good. All right. Well, it looks like always buy a shield wins this time. And so Sean playing it really close here.
Choice to pick up a fairy here only has 6 RT. It's possible, but very, very difficult to do fire on 6 hearts.
Yep.
Also, Lost getting storms now. And Sparks getting into Jabu. Sparks can't actually go mode Jabu. He doesn't know he can complete enough dungeons at this point.
Yeah. I do love the change from like banjo music to more banjo music.
Also, I love how Sean's name is Rush Ice. He actually will go to Ice Cavern probably soonish after Fire Temple.
I hope so. Rang was in Gerudo Valley.
Gerudo Valley crate. Everyone but Sean has it.
Sean will probably have it soon, I'm sure.
I mean, yeah, at this point, he doesn't necessarily need it. It's kind of... they've got options at any rate between everything. The only 2 dungeons... So the only 3 Triforce pieces they definitely can't get are Spirit Temple, Shadow Temple, and the Ganon's Bosky chest.
Mm-hmm.
And we're a fire source and magic from the Ganon Bosky chest at the moment.
Yeah. I also do want to point out, Sean has the money to buy a Goron tunic.
He just didn't bother. 10 skulls is useless for Lost.
Like, you know, Sean said he was going to man mode it. He said, I'm a big boy. I don't need this Goron tunic.
Alright, Axe has gotten her bomb back. I suspect we'll also let it go off to Jabu shortly. Or maybe not. I'm gonna play a song instead. Making me look silly here.
You buy it, you forfeit the right to buy tunics.
Oh, good point. Axe doesn't have scale. So it's gonna walk there from Scale is in Kokiri Forest. Storm's Grotto. Sean is already using up his ferry. This feels bad. Mirror Shield Time Attack was above King Donongo. Alright, let's see what's in Jabu. Sparks Sparks and text right now for us. Oh, so there's some chews. Lost is going Child. I suspect she probably wants to do the well. I guess might as well set hour 7 minutes, so may as well shout out our 4 runners here: Exani, Holy Sparks, Lost the Pirate, and SGD Sean. To my co-com, Sloa, to our 4 trackers here, Double Talk, Curry Chicken, Shawnee, and Purple, and to our restreamer, Doodle, who's also one of the big people who's driving this whole mode.
So, I assume Sean is going for the Path of Gold here, because I think someone pointed out that he did get the boss key, or am I crazy?
I don't recall. I mean, if he'd found the boss key, he might as well kill the boss. Because if Leviathan can't have the key today, so might as well continue it anyway.
Yeah, that is true.
Because normally I would have said maybe Eve to continue, but not the point here today. Oh, well, that's strength too. Yeah, that's Pog.
Oh boy, I think Sean's gonna get baited into doing Spirit.
Yes. Yes, he will. Well, let's see. What dungeons can he complete? He's short a rank for Jabu. He's short a long shot for Water. Yeah, unfortunately for Sean, that's actually a reasonable place to go to Spirit Temple, and we know it's not the greatest of places to go today. It doesn't look like Sparks found much of anything in Jabu. This, because we've seen a lot of the major items at this point. Sure, it could be fine, but it's just, I don't know.
Oh, second wallet was actually in bottom of the well.
Bomb block. Thanks, game!
Fantastic.
Great! Now that they needed it.
That's true.
They have Ganon's Castle access for Blue Fire, and also Ice Cavern access. And they hope they never need to go to the central pillar chest.
Yeah, you absolutely would definitely want to pray that you don't have to go to the center chest. Especially with this few hearts.
And Sean really will go to GTG. He can full clear it with his items. Because he knows Toilet's dead. Oh, there's Dins!
Rush Shadow, go!
You know what? Add the
I think they can do I'm pretty sure they can do every dungeon at this point.
Yeah. Yes, they can.
Oh my goodness. This well was just full of everything.
Oh my god, this well is insane.
Yeah, Yeah, well is either a trap or loaded. It's true.
So that gets lost to Ganon's Castle boss key chest. Triforce piece, which is going to be a pretty quick one if she doesn't die to the Stalfos. Those are a little tricky on fairly low health like she is. 6 can be a little rough. Yeah, I guess magic technically whips. So they are a magic now from that. I actually forgot. Whips. Yeah, we are a magic to be able to get every single. We have a magic being able to get everything.
That's true. I forgot about the magic.
Yeah.
Which I'm shocked the well didn't have the magic. At this point.
I'm amazed that well wasn't hinted path of gold.
Like several times.
Right? I mean, what else did we even find in there? Let's see. We had a hugshot, we had both wallets, we had Rudo's letter, we had light arrows, we had dids, we had iron boots, we had hover boots. That's at least 7 items in there.
Yeah.
Oh, and we still haven't seen the basement chest, by the way. There's something in there.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's got to be.
Although
That's
I
the
think
key.
that's the last key, although.
Yeah, for sure that's the last key because we already have 2 keys.
Magics. Yeah. Yes, indeed, Lost. Yeah, toilet's been hinted to be up loopy. Lost is just amused at this.
Just everything. Everything was in the well. It's true.
Well is ridiculous.
Like, it's you either did well early or you just didn't. I mean, like, I think the crazy thing is just how fast this, like, I know Doodle has already mentioned about this, but like, it really is kind of amazing how fast you can complete this as long as you just have the knowledge of where the items are.
Yeah.
You can just be in no mode in like an hour.
We really were. Like, we knew of enough. I think the hammer put us likely no mode for things, assuming GTG was completable. Strength upgrade, but never mind GTG. Forest Temple's definitely completable.
Yep.
I mean, it should be noted that well was stacked beyond stacked.
It really was. Like, it was.
13
Jason!
items in a well.
Jason!
Calm down!
Oh my god. Hey, Jason, thank you for gifting 5 gift subs to Happy Colored Burbles, Roachcopter, Mr. Dobalina, Twigsy, and Icky Lights.
So I mean that's what.
Oh god.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say it was like he had to get the 360 gifted subs.
The 360.
Sorry,
nice.
I just
360 no scope.
Oh my god, Lost is just like, what the fuck is this well and how far behind I am I from everyone now?
Bro.
Yeah, so
Thing is, she's the only one with dids. Oh, that's currently useless about magic.
Go ahead, Doodle.
yeah, so normally this doesn't happen where we have a dungeon that is this stacked, but sometimes it does. Like one time we had to practice and there was like 3 items in Deku Tree. So for whatever reason, I feel like these settings also stack one of the dungeons. We may have to look to figure out what's going on with that and why that happens. But yeah, well was not a trap. Well was like the ultimate here. Have fun. Play.
Yes. There were 13 checks in the well. We know 13 items in the well. We know one of them was a Triforce piece, but half of the remaining 12 were items. Major items of that. Both wallets, Fire, Hookshot, Riddle's Letter, and Hover Boots.
Yeah, we know guaranteed there's at least 4 checks that we already know. There's 3 keys and a Triforce piece. So like yeah, when there was 7 items in there.
Yeah, so she actually missed lights.
Well, not that she needs them, but it meant that her Din's Fire is the Din's fire she got is negated because she's not doing Shadow Temples.
Wait, did Sean not complete fire?
No, he just left.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. The boss key is probably Pierre at this point, I think.
I
So
thought he did.
yeah,
I remember seeing him up somewhere in there.
yeah. So it doesn't have Pierre.
Oh.
That's one of the biggest,
that's
and that's one
fine.
of the biggest problems with Fire Temple is, did you get Pierre? Again, one of those things you really have to think about in these settings.
Yeah.
Oh, Sparks, I guess going for a potty break.
Okay. Alright, Sean's back in Ganon's. Okay, is in Ganon's castle. I think this might be his first trip in here. Yeah, he doesn't have his lens marked, so this is his first trip in. He's gonna get Forest Trial, Water Trial. The first chest of Shadow Trial, he can do Spirit Trial if he has any if he has Choose still. Yeah, he can get 3 additional checks: Shadow and Spirit Trials and Water. Shadow 1, that is. I have rather thoroughly requirements for trials. Or chests especially. Because I do most of my commentary journey, and it has open bridge. So you end up learning the requirements for that really fast.
Wait, who are we voting out? Why are we voting them out? When did this become Survivor?
Oh, they're just making Among Us jokes.
Fair enough. I'm sorry, Jason. Your tribe has spoken. Can't be me. Oh, they must be talking like Among Us or something.
Yeah, they are. Alright, Shadow Trial 1 is completely useless. Sean can actually get Shadow Trial 2, has no fire source or long shot. Has no fire arrows or long shot to be specific. Shadow Trial has really, really complicated item requirements.
There is no vanilla items.
Yeah.
See, now I'm suspicious of Dynasty, because how does he know that there's no vanilla items? We don't know that yet. Super suspicious.
I mean, we seem to have pretty solid chunk of the major items at the rate we're going. About the only one we're missing is magic.
That's true.
I mean, technically we're missing fire arrows, and for Rosewind for other useful major items that we see no copies of, but yeah.
Yeah, like how am I supposed to know what vanilla is? I've been doing so much rando, I forgot what vanilla is. I'm joking. Ice arrows would never be. That would be funny. Ice arrows ever actually became vanilla.
In these settings, it can't.
Yeah.
No, the seed I rolled recently that was logical AD for light arrows on the right side of GTG. Had ice arrows in the lobby for laughs. Wrong arrows.
Oh boy.
And also a paradox letter for AD too, among other stupid things. Also, what did I just do?
We got another dungeon being played out through here, and of course, here, as we called it, Sean is going to be doing Spirit Temple. Again, I guess not the worst for him, but I still feel like ice is the correct play here. Yeah, I'm surprised with Sean having the title of, Rush Ice as their file name, that they still have not rushed Ice.
Yes, it is clearable. It is short. We know it has prelude, which is convenient, if nothing else.
Indeed.
Adult shooting gallery is still there. The other copy is next to Temple of Time, so that's as useless as it gets.
Yep. Sparks was cutting it close there.
Really was. Hoping for an early boss key, because if the boss key is early, water's actually not a terrible play. On the other hand, if it's on River Chest or Dark Link or Vanilla, not particularly worth it.
Okay, so here's the thing about Water Temple. In these settings, again, because of how key logic works, rush boss key chest.
Oh, we already got a hint on it though.
That's true, but I'm just gonna say in terms of
No,
normal.
we got a River Chest.
Yeah, I think that was also River. Yeah. So here's the thing: because of how key logic works, more often than not, we're noticing that the boss key is essentially almost having to be on the boss key chest. So if you're going to be playing,
can't have a key.
Yeah, so if you're going to play these, I would recommend rushing that chest first in these settings, just because of how key logic works.
Yes, because Water Temple key logic is very simple. There, in non-key sanity, non-skull sanity, it's very simple. There are 3 checks that require 5 keys. The rest require 0. The 3 checks that require 5 keys are River Chest, Boss Key Chest, and Dark Link.
Speaking of the devil, there's the boss key.
All right,
and
so
everything else is 0 keys. So with no keys being on Morpha, that means that all the keys have to be available.
Yep. So that was a pretty lucky pull there for that one. But yeah, I would. It's just one of those things. I would normally recommend try doing that one first.
Fair enough. That makes sense. So that makes how many is that for Sparks now after this one?
Good question. That's his 3rd. I know that's his 4th because he did well, so this will be 4, I think.
Okay.
Trying looking at medallions and stones on the tracker, but also trying to count other things.
I can't remember if Sparks finished GTG or not.
He didn't. He's the one who walked out. Remember, he got long shot and quit.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking that was Sean.
No, Sean hasn't been there yet.
Right. Interesting start on this fight.
Yep. Morpha not being nice. Even with that purple, there's still the fact that there's 3 checks that between them only have 1 key. Darkling River Boss Key. Oh, there's only one key possible on those checks, and the other 2 would be items or boss key. So it's just that much higher chance of boss key being on those 3 checks.
Yeah. Also, all Sparks not doing what's it called DC yet. DC.
Yeah, he hasn't done DC yet.
So due to the fact that he doesn't have BGS and making this fight a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
But Sean having to do this with a hook shot.
This ball kind of sucks.
This is the one thing that I just one of the things I absolutely despise, and especially the fact that it's logical to actually complete this with just 1 hook shot.
I mean, you don't actually need a long shot. You can just climb up it. It just sucks to climb it.
I know, but I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the fact that in vanilla you never would come here without without the long shot. So it's just
Yeah, that's fair.
my brain, it doesn't comprehend why you would make it where it's logical.
Yeah. There's a lot of things like that in Randomizer that you would never do in vanilla for
Yeah,
any number of reasons.
there's definitely a lot of that too. So
Like half the gameplay support channel in the Discord is people asking about things that you never think about in vanilla. Such as a lot of people don't realize that you actually need a strength up a Goron bracelet minimum to push the blocks in Forest Temple.
well, that one that one makes sense not to realize though.
It does. It is one of our more commonly asked questions. Or backflipping onto the chest to hookshot the target in Shadow Temple isn't logic is another common question.
Which one?
In Shadow Temple, the invisible spikes room by the pot.
Yeah.
If you want to progress without a long shot, you need to hookshot the switch.
Yep.
Yeah, that is in logic with just hookshot. You need to back and flip onto go, and that trips a lot of people up.
So Sparks with Ingo as their horse sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's always funny.
It's that was one of those ones I wish that you could pre-set up on yours, because like I remember I had it as Navi one time, and I wanted it to be that, but for some reason you can't do it as a pre-setup. Like
it's not one of the drop-down lists.
Yeah, it's not on the drop-down list, which just kind of makes me sad that it isn't. Like, because I would love that one to be on there, so I could just have it every time. Every time like Navi shows up, just whoa.
Yeah, whoa! Every single time. The sound effects can sometimes get kind of annoying. I remember a restream where once somebody had chickens as their low part sound effect.
Sparks didn't realize they didn't have any money.
Oof. Kinda needs a bit of money. Maybe now going back to GTG. Not sure why he didn't finish it the first trip around, but okay.
Who knows?
Because it's not like he's gotten anything else that would help him finish it in the
Yeah.
20 odd minutes since he was last here.
It was most likely he just forgot.
Probably. Saw the boomerang and left.
Oh no, don't tell me he's just going over here to. Oh, he never went to the right side?
Yeah.
Interesting. I must have missed that. Yeah. Doing that shot right there with just a single hook shot is. I remember finally able to figure out how to do it, but it is not fun to set it up. That is for sure.
You have to be standing pretty much right underneath the rupee to be able to reach it.
Pretty much.
Also up there for things people don't realize you can do with just hook shot.
Yeah. It took me a while to even figure out that you could do that. So like, only reason I figured that out was because people told me you could do it, and then I figured out how to do it. I was like, oh, okay, it's not too difficult. That's another thing about it. There's a lot of tricks that are like that, where it's like, it doesn't seem that difficult, you know.
Yeah.
Once you figure it out.
That is correct.
Like, I mean, outside of like, I'd say, like glitchless jumps, but even glitchless jumps are like not that hard. So,
Okay, thank you for the clip. That's actually not the one I was thinking of. I don't think I was around at the time of that race, but that is a fantastic clip.
I haven't seen the
It's
clip
a
yet.
chicken.
What-
Low
what-
health noise being the chicken sound.
I always so that's something I always like to hear. I always like to ask people. It's like, so like I know a lot of people like to just fully randomize their cosmetics and their sound effects and stuff like that. But how many of you guys are like me that just go with pre like setup ones, like where you have ones you specifically like to use?
I think Lost has doggy hover boots or something, if I recall correctly. Or Axe have a preset hover boots. I think it's doggy hover
My-
boots.
Mine is also doggos. I love doggos.
Mhm.
Sean is only, I think, 4?
He has marked off Deku, DC, Spirit, and well, yep, 4. Hasn't done Ice Cavern yet, surprisingly, despite that being his file name.
Rush Ice. That's going to be my question for Sean. It's like, why didn't you rush Ice?
It's seriously not a bad play,
It's really not.
because Ruto's letter was early and ZL was free, so it gets actually quite fast, especially because if you really wanted to skip Ice Cavern, you could get Blue Fire from Water Trial and just go straight for the back. Or straight for the Iron Boots chest. You don't even need to do the rest if you really hated Ice Cavern.
That's true.
Like, seriously, Ice Cavern is insanely fast here if you wanted just the Triforce piece.
Yep. Yeah, like surprisingly enough, there's a lot of people here that don't actually have a lot of pieces. Surprisingly,
Yeah,
Maybe-
Lost is at Deku, DC, Jabu, and Well is 4. X is Deku, Jabu, Deku, Jabu, Well, and this will be her
5th, I
4th,
believe.
5th,
Oh,
yep.
yeah, 5th.
Deku, Jabu, Well,
I
DC,
think-
and I'm
yeah.
brain farting something.
I think Sparks is about to pick up their.
BTG is the 5th.
I think
Hey,
Sparks is
Forrest
about to
Win
pick up their 5th. I think.
Yeah, should be, I think.
Well, I can't tell you because they instantly went into playing music. So
Oh, also, I think that was a vanilla Forest Win, yeah, for Lost in the Fountain
Nice.
Fairy.
see, whoever said that there was no vanilla items, they were wrong. I told them there was going to be a vanilla.
And yeah,
item.
Sparks is up to 5 and is in go mode because he hasn't done DC yet, and he'll be able to do Forest after that, if nothing else.
It still exists. It still works. My run on vanilla items is still here.
Or Ice Cavern too, actually, for Sparks. Never even mind Forest them. We can just go to Ice Cavern. Brain fart.
Yeah. Oh wait, yes, Sparks still hasn't done DC, has he?
No, he's doing DC and then Ice Cavern. That'll be his
Yeah.
that'll be hit for
That'd be
him.
his. Yeah, okay, so Sparks is about to win this. Looks like. I think
Yeah.
Axani's about to do Ice.
X is
I
off
think.
to Ice. She's gotten let's see, Jabu, Deku, DC, Well, GTG, and Ice will be her 6th, and what'll be her 7th actually? Water Temple's not available, so yeah,
Yeah.
Water will be X's 7th, I think.
Alright, so I guess Sparks and yeah, they're like everyone. I think essentially is in go mode here, outside of like what Sean maybe.
Lost maybe.
I think Lost is fine.
Lost is
It
done
just needs to
Deku, DC, Jabu, Well, that's 4. GTG will be a 5th. Ice Cavern's a 6th, and then she can take a bit of a pick at that point. Oh, she'll get Long Shot for Water as her 7th if she wants that.
Yeah. So that's another one. I don't think Axani did Water Temple yet, so I think that's the
No,
other
that'll
one.
be X's 7th.
So
Sean is sitting at Deku, DC, Spirit for Medallion Stones. Also got also has GTGLB his Well was his fourth, GTGLB is fifth, Ice will be his sixth, and at that point he could go water or go back to fire or something for his seventh.
Was it they don't need magic in these settings? They
Nope.
only have to get 7 Triforce pieces, so that means they don't even have to fight Ganon.
Nope, there's long shot for Sean. Yeah, that gets him. Actually, he doesn't have Iron Boots, so yeah, he'll likely end up probably going to back to fire is my guess for the
Most likely.
for his final piece is my guess. Unfortunately, he's going to be doing some of the dungeons no one else does.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder where the magic is. For the I mean, not that it matters, of course, but
Yeah, magic matters jack all.
do we have any? I don't think we have any uncleared path to golds, do we?
We apparently saw a Colossus. Wait, Pog. Yeah, which give me a sec. Song of Time. That would be for GTG.
Most likely, yeah.
So yeah, that clears because Longshot was right side. I can't remember if there was a key there, but Longshot would inherently do it by.
Getting destroyed. Just getting destroyed
yeah.
by this side of things.
Nope, unresolved. Pogs. Screw Shadow Temple.
Yeah. No one likes Shadow Temple anyway.
Yeah, we're also going to say screw Forest today. Although Lost might be going there.
Looks like Lost might be going. Yeah, might be going Forest and probably into Ice, and then probably what? Has she done DC? She has done DC.
She's done DC. Hasn't done GTG though.
Water Temple? Like
possible.
She hasn't done she hasn't done GTG, you said?
Yeah, she hasn't done GTG. No long shot.
I mean, I could see her going that way at some point.
It is Path of Gold. Yeah, Sparks has just gotten his 6th piece out of Ice Cavern, DC, and is now off to Ice Cavern at this point.
Foolish. Yeah, we already saw that those.
We've seen all our. We never saw Big Girl, we never saw Skull Mask. Probably no magic is on one of those things.
If you clear all the Pog checks, does that make you the Pog champ? I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did we see behind this? I don't think we actually saw behind this because I think Sparks just went and grabbed the keys and saw that they had enough and went straight there.
Yeah, so I'd say Sparks is in the lead. X will probably do Walter for her 7th and be 2nd. And then I'm honestly not sure between Sean and Lost. It depends what dungeons they choose to do at this point.
Yeah. Gold gauntlets, though.
For those, GTG Lost.
Yeah, they were strength 2 locked.
And the keys, yep.
Yeah, figures.
Could be Pog. There might be. Actually, that that means that first magic might be in Light Trials. And I'm not even joking. First magic could seriously be there. That's about the only thing that could be there, though, because we have everything else.
Yeah.
That could be Pog.
Dude. Oh, sorry. I was saying, Doodle. If you would like one suggestion, maybe that might help balance things out a little bit. Maybe a possible was it called a one? It's like the one major item in each dungeon might help.
That's something that we, so that's something that interesting that I was thinking of at some point. Not entirely sure about it, but it is something to try out probably at some point. I think it does. I think it would be interesting and definitely help a lot of these dungeons, but we'll at least give it a try at some point.
Yeah. Sorry. You were about to say something, and I interrupted you.
Nah, you're good. Yeah, Trevor's Hunt. Yeah, you don't. It's weird. It's kind of weird to not to win without beating Ganon or Ganondorf. I mean, it's a nice break from beating Ganon or Ganon every single seed.
Yeah, I like a good Dorito hunt every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like I did my first Dorito hunt, and I called my file name Doritos, and after I beat him, he was like, curse you sages, curse you Zelda, and he's like, curse you Doritos, and just it was so funny for some reason.
It's always funny to do that.
The curse you Doritos. I'm like, what are you, like what are you cursing out of? What's it called? Yeah, I was like, why are you cursing out a snack, man? It's just a snack. Goron tunic.
Random bosses hasn't been implemented yet. Because with how Ocarina of Time is, it's actually really, really tricky to implement any kind of boss shuffle, enemy shuffle. If there were to be any boss shuffle, it would be by dint of randomizing the boss or loading zones among each other.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's probably the only way you do it.
Yeah.
Apologize, my dog's getting all riled up for some reason.
Mm-hmm. All right, Axe has gotten her 6th piece out of Ice Cavern and is now going to go to Water Temple for her final one. Sparks is doing Ice Cavern and will be first to finish here pretty quickly in a couple of minutes. About 144-ish, or yeah, 144 or so. And GG's Gavaroni, speaking of finishing. First place with a time of 143.54.
Dang. Sparks literally getting sniped here.
Yep. Also, had lost getting titties in Wolfos Grotto. But GG's to Gav.
Yeah, but I mean, Sparks at least. Wow. Okay, that was clean kill.
Nice kill. So Sparks will be finishing pretty quickly. We'll see if he gets sniped.
Doesn't look like it.
Well, that's him. And nope, he's
sniped.
Sniped!
Oh no!
Sniping him by 4 seconds. 144.33, and Sparks in third on time of 144.37.
At least he was first on the restream.
I got kind of sniped by Gav and seriously sniped by Sponge.
They almost have like followed the same pathing. They all like came in that pretty close.
Also, lost his doing forest.
Nah, that's okay.
It is, but this isn't the most helpful. But yeah, holy snipe Batman was someone's opinion on that snipe in race time.
Holy snipes Batman. That's pretty good. But I guess we'll see if we can get Sparks here into for an interview here.
He will be joining us shortly.
All right.
Hey Sparks, GG's.
GG's.
Nice snipe.
Yeah, you got sniped not once but twice.
If I don't do GG like an idiot, like
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
We were confused why you just quit out of GTG.
Yeah, you just finished up and like peace out. We were like, okay.
Yep.
I just completely forgot there was a piece in GTG. Don't ask me why. It just didn't go through my mind that there's a piece in there. And then I finished Water. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a second.
It's Dungeon Rush, Sparks. Every dungeon has a Triforce.
I mean, to be fair, it is hard to remember that GTG is a dungeon at times.
It's like every other dungeon, you find a boss, you get your piece. And then GTG's there like, no, I'll take my item, thank you.
And just
it's weird.
Yeah.
We were very confused by that.
We were very confused about that, indeed.
To be fair, I probably wouldn't have found the boomerang if I'd have gone for the GTG piece, because I'd have finished GTG and maybe just warped straight out.
That is fair. So, and as it turns out, Fire Temple was really long today. Thanks, Pierre.
Oh no, what? It's not Bosky and Pierre, is it?
It is.
Where's the hammer, actually? I never found the hammer.
Hammer was... Give me a sec.
Scrub
Lake
was
Scrub.
the-
Scrub by the
yeah.
lake.
No, well, I'm kind of glad I didn't find that then, to be honest. Because that would have been really slow.
Yep, we still haven't found a magic. We did find a fire source, though. Went well significantly after everyone else on Restream, but did do so with bombs. Found on top of everything else, the second wallet in Din's fire in the bomb lock chest.
Like
Holy moly, that well was stacked.
that well was like it invented a new definition of stacked. Like
It really did. What the hell? Like, because I was that. It's a wallet, a hook, Dins, Rutos.
Both wallets, light.
Wait, there was another wallet in there?
Yeah,
both
bombs
wallets
locked.
in there.
Just put like 7 items in well, it's fine.
I think I counted 6, but yes, it was nutty.
It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Both wallets, hookshot, Dins, Ruto's letter, hovers. Oh, light arrows, I forgot to write down. So yeah, 7 items and the Triforce piece. And
My-
save.
Actually, would have been a
I
nice
honestly
find.
want to know what like is that's gonna be some kind of record or something like.
It wasn't even hinted is the silliest part.
It wasn't, but it has a piece, and you have Lullaby and Storm's early. Like, you're always gonna go there.
That's true.
No, I know, it's just hilarious with 7 items.
It's just absolutely ridiculous.
At least 6 of which are Pog. I'm not sure if the second wallet is. Depends on where Zora Tunic is, probably. But at least 6 of the items in there would have been Path of Gold, which is ridiculous.
Indeed. Something else was Doodle has been asking us here and there a set of questions of so what would you do, like what was something you would want to add or you would like to see something be added to this?
Probably 1 extra piece.
That has been something people have been talking about.
Yeah, 1 extra piece. I think 7's a little short. Especially on something like this where it's super jet. Like, I could have probably finished this maybe 5 minutes earlier even.
Yeah, that's one of the things where that, you know, a lot of people like that they become very short. It, you know, depending on which ones you go, but at the same time, like Well is super easy, Deku Tree is super easy, the Dongo's Cavern is super easy. So like adding in an extra dungeon will force you into like either forest or shadow or spirit, you know, going all the way through fire. So it kind of forces you into a long dungeon in addition to all the short ones.
Yeah, maybe that's not the right way to do it. If there was the hints are probably the biggest thing to me. If you could swap the hints away from songs, like so just songs couldn't be Path of Gold, like I think that would be huge. That would make this really fun, because so many of the hints are just going to be Path of Gold so often.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I
just
mean-
even scrap hints entirely, just get rid of them.
That is
could be
possible.
cool
Yeah.
as well.
Because, yeah, hints were not the most useful this seed.
I don't think hints are ever really going to be useful here.
Like I had talked about I think one major item in dungeons would help a lot too. Oh, no,
yeah.
Sean!
I mean, that could be okay, yeah.
And
Oh,
picked
Sean.
up the Triforce piece.
No, he
Sean!
did not. No.
What?
Face palm!
Okay, he's gonna. I think he realized.
I think he did.
So everyone but Sparks had face cams, and they can see that on comms. And well, Sean doesn't look particularly happy.
Can imagine not. No, I did it the other way around.
He
He's-
forgot.
Oh,
Sean, this is not a
Okay.
standard seed.
Axani's finished.
Axe.
GG.
Alright. I think Sean forgot this was a Triforce hunt.
Yes, he did. Whoopsies.
It's okay.
That's Axe though.
That would have been
Place
his 6 too.
151.
Actually-
Congratulations, Axani. Oh, there's our
Hey,
magic.
there's magic. Forest block push. That's actually a lost. That'll get her, lost. Actually, the Gaddon's boss key chest piece.
Yeah, see, I was wondering why the magic was for that reason, because that one's kind of quick with the forest trial.
No,
Hello.
you need to light the torches.
Hello.
Hey, Axe, GG's.
Thank you.
GG's.
I'm really happy with this one.
That was a very nice seed.
It was. It was.
Yeah.
So, how about that well, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well is either a trap or well is completely loaded. There's no in between. You never just find one item in the well.
It's true.
Yeah. Here's the funniest thing, so most of you guys went into the well. So most of you guys went into the well without bombs, but
Yeah.
Lost went in with bombs like the hour and something or another mark, and she found even more stuff in the well.
Nice.
We just had
All
everything.
the bomb lock checks in the well, you found Din's Fire and your second wallet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like I saw that wallet and I was like, I don't need that. I'm not getting it. I looked at it and then I looked at it again and I was like, nah.
Oh no, I took that because that's bomb chews right there. I didn't have bombs at that point. I was like, I'm taking that and I'm reversing to GTG, buying some chews, and then I completely forgot GTG had a piece and left it there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean
actually-
just left his, so fired.
Yeah, you know what? I actually didn't think about buying shoes. I never really considered that. But yeah, GTG was pretty nice. I was like, okay. And then like I basically, when I got iron boots, because iron boots were at Castle Fairy, I don't know who else got them, but when I got
people, actually.
Okay. Because like when I almost didn't get those, I was like, no, I better check it. It's Path of Gold. I was just gonna go adult, and then I would have probably ended up going to Forest or something, which would have been way slower. So I got those iron boots and I was like, oh shit, I'm in go mode. This is Pog.
Yeah. Oh,
It was Path of Gold,
Lost
indeed.
somehow skipped the light arrows for some reason.
So I heard you
Oh.
guys talking about magic when I popped in. Where was magic?
Forest
It's in
Block
Forest
Push
Temple.
Lost is in there right now.
Okay.
That would have given her the Gans Bosky chest, but she forgot lights, so she's not getting that.
Yeah, I
Aw,
was
aw.
actually considering that. Like, and then it was really nice going through Ice Cavern and not having to do like
Anything at all.
yeah, like just use the blue fire, run through. It was great. I like these settings a lot. I really want this. Let's make this season 4.
I would actually be okay with that as well. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
really fun.
I think, yeah. I'd been talking because Doodle had been talking about. So it's, I guess I'll transition that to another question was that I asked Sparks. So what would be something you would like to see be added to the settings of this?
I mean, I don't really know because it's a nice kind of streamlined thing as it is. I didn't really see the need to remove 30, 40, and 50 skulls. I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but I don't mind skull seeds that badly. I mean, I think it's just the fact like it's so quick, and I think that probably if we used it as like an actual tournament, like it would be. It's really an execution race because what my chat told me is that they were watching the restream as well, and that it was really just I routed pretty much the same as the others, but it's just an execution factor. So this would just be an execution race more than anything.
You guys were pretty close and actually both did mostly the same dungeons.
Few bit of-
though that Sparks double dipped GTG for no reason.
Pretty much
I'm going to be
everything-
sad about that all night.
I mean,
sad about that all night.
the keys in GTG were actually really good too. I was concerned about it, but I had gotten that hint about Toilet having a bloopy. So I was like, okay, it's really unlikely that everything in the like room is going to be a key. So there's a pretty good chance I'll be able to finish the dungeon and get the Triforce piece. And plus I had gotten that Path of Gold hint for it. And I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to GTG. And it worked out really well.
It did. You guys were in GTG at basically the same time.
And yeah, if you guys are wondering why I didn't use bomb shoes on the eyes, it's because I keep forgetting this setup. And whenever I'm doing the co-op with Cubs, I have to have him walk me through the setup because I can't remember it. And and of course I can't ask my chat when I'm in the middle of a race. So I'm like, well, I guess we're going to slow way. And then my stupid ass falls and I was mad. I didn't even fall. I jumped because I thought I had hit the eye and I didn't. And I was like, motherfucker! You guys probably saw me raging because I was mad.
So
But,
what do you think about?
Sean? Sorry. I just Sean just now realized he forgot his piece of Fire Temple.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh no! Where was the hammer?
Scrub by Lake.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And by the
I
way,
never went
this
that way
is
at
going
all.
to be him going back to Fire for the third time because Bosky was on Pierre.
Oh, gross.
So yeah,
It was
let me
definitely
ask you,
not the
Axe.
play to do Fire Temple this seed.
Um,
Sean also got his strength 2 out of Fire Temple, which sent him off to Spirit Temple.
so do you think, because I mean I'm really thinking that potentially because some of these might be a little too short if they're grouped together, do you think that maybe going to 8 might be a good idea and kind of force players to go to at least one of the longer dungeons?
I think so, yeah, because I was not going to Forest at all unless there were like literally no other options, and same with Shadow. Like those are the 2 worst options here.
Yeah, Shadow's
Like,
the worst in general.
Even GTG was going to be way better because you're probably going to get the keys you need, and with Song of Time, GTG is free. So even though there's a lot of checks there, you just can like bust through it. But like Well is overpowered, Deku's overpowered, Jabu's OP, Dodongo's is OP. Like all those short dungeons are already super OP in these settings. And then Fire and Water are and Spirit are kind of your wild cards because of where the key layout takes you. It's really just avoiding Forest and Shadow.
Yeah. I'm thinking that probably adding that extra one might be a good idea.
I think 7 pieces is fine if you remove the hints, because like removing the hints is still going to make the seed longer.
That could work too.
You can have a
Like,
little less
or
direction. I think that's better.
At least removing the way the heroes, the way that the co-op tourney does, so that you still have your foolish and your sometimes hints. Actually, no, co-op tourney doesn't have foolish, but like if you had foolish and your like sometimes hints, that could be okay. Because like the way of the heroes are really gonna, like if I hadn't gotten that Castle Way of the Hero, I wouldn't have gone to Castle Fairy at all.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have even know. It's the only reason I went back in there.
Yeah, so between our 2 remaining runners, Lost hasn't gone to GTG yet, Sean hasn't found his Iron Boots, which is a pretty big part of why they are where they are right now.
Right.
Pretty much.
There is a Z2R race tonight, Sage Kasuto, at 10 p.m. Eastern. We will try and scrounge up a crew for that. That was one of the things that Discord blew up on me earlier for, because they were asking for people for their... Yeah. A question from chat.
I kind of figured, yeah. So, hi, chat!
I also volunteered for Z2R, which is why.
Did anybody happen to find the titties?
Yes, Lost at the Forest Temple. Speaking of GG, Sean, 159.34, just barely cutting to sub 2.
Just remember, all seeds can sub 2.
Yes,
this is my first ever sub 2, but I don't really count it because it's not like a fight the pig seed. So
agreed.
It's not weekly settings.
Yeah.
I could have probably done this under 140 if I don't double dip GTG, and I'm super sad about that.
You probably could have, yeah, Sparks. We were extremely confused that you skipped it.
I just forgot. I don't even know why.
I think my fastest...
You guys were just both in there at the same time, and just like, you left? By the way, hey Sean, GG's, nice biggest on Fire Temple.
GG.
No one saw
that. Was great.
Everybody saw that. Literally everybody saw it.
No.
Chat, I need some eyes emojis in the chat, please.
No, that didn't happen.
You totally didn't just lose like 3 minutes to it or anything.
Sean, I have a very important question for you.
Yeah.
Why didn't you rush ice?
Yes, seriously.
I don't. It was in my name as well.
Yeah, that's why we're asking. Riddle's letter so early.
Riddle's letter so early, but no way to get up the river for like the longest time.
Scale was to carry Storm's axe.
Yeah.
It wasn't that terrible.
Yeah.
Scale
okay.
I ran straight past it as well.
Yeah, I waited quite a while before doing Lake, and then I got my bomb bag, and I was like, oh, okay, that's gonna lead me a lot of places. So that worked out.
Well, that bomb bag was really sad for me, because the whole reason I reversed to GTG was to get the choose along the way with the wallet, and then I found the bomb bag shortly after on Child in Lake, and I'm like, oh, well, nice, thanks for that.
Yeah.
So I've been asking everyone this. So again, Doodle has been trying to figure out how to improve the settings on this. What's one thing you think you would like to see added to help improve on this?
I'm actually going to use the idea that splits happen in my chat said, because I liked the idea. What about maybe putting one on 20 skulls? Or on some form of skulls?
Mm.
Oh, that could be interesting.
I actually don't hate that. Yeah.
That is
I
an
don't hate
interesting
that idea,
idea.
no.
Okay,
The-
yeah. I will definitely add that to my list. That is a very
Yeah.
good idea.
The problem
Sounds
is that if you're doing that, I think you have to make 8 pieces then, and
Yep.
not 7.
Yeah.
That was also something else that we were gonna kind of go into. Is do you think adding 8 pieces to kind of force in one of these longer dungeons would help with the settings? Because as you can see, it's been like everyone's just going to going to well, going to fire, they're just going all these short dungeons, right?
Well, not
So-
fire. Sean, you were the only person to do it. Nice
Yeah.
work, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of was just like, fine, I'll go get the Pierre and just do it. But
P.S. Your iron boots were Castle Fairy, and Water Boss Key was super early.
oh, lovely. I mean, I'm a fan of these settings because it meant I didn't have to do forest. So
Right? Or shadow.
it's perfect.
Taking a piece out of the well would kind of negate the point of dungeon run.
I mean, I think the well's gonna always be OP, but there will be seeds where you're gonna have late ZL or you're gonna have late Song of Storms. I mean, unless you want to introduce glitches to it, but we don't, not for this.
Yeah.
And I think I'm willing to playtest if you want to do if you want to try those the 20 skulls with the 8 pieces. I'd be down to do one tomorrow sometime actually. So just if you ping in race planning, they will come.
Yeah, I'll definitely create. Yeah, I'll definitely create another one of these tomorrow. So, especially if those of you who are watching and this is something you're interested in, we'll go ahead and we'll at minimum at least turn on 8. I'll think about the 20 skulls, but we will at least minimum at least go to 8.
Yeah, that'll also help with the well, and because Song of Storms could be on Burning Cat or Ocarina of Time,
so
which are absolutely terrible checks. So that would
unless
still
you wanted
a
to
certain
do
amount of
something,
rando in it.
unless you wanted to do where that last Triforce piece is kind of like a wild card, and maybe it's on certain different checks, maybe I'm just throwing this out here, Skull Mask and Big Pose and 20 skulls, not terrible checks, but checks that you might not necessarily go to on a seed, so it does put in a new but I don't know how to Plando to have it possibly pick one of those. That's the only thing. I don't know if that's a thing that Plando can do.
I'm pretty sure it's not, at least not the current version or something that I'm aware of how to use it. But
right.
Yeah, we'll definitely do another one of these tomorrow, and we'll definitely at least do 8. Because I think 8 is probably better. It might make some seeds a little bit longer, but it will at least help prevent these super jetty seeds from happening.
It's common going for. I mean, you're still going to go for the common fast ones if you can, which makes sense, of course. But having it going to 8, making it where you kind of have to go for kind of these long ones does make sense.
Yeah, if I got strength today, like I said, I was still going to try to avoid forest if at all possible. But with 8, it was going to be okay, well now I have to do forest. So it would have just been a thing. So
yeah. Tomorrow's race question from chat will not be restreamed. If you keep an eye out on the race planning channel with Discord, you can find someone who's running it to watch.
I think you kind of want to be careful.
Goldfish just told us the second magic was in Lab Dive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't need gold scale for lab time. Iron Boots and Hookshot will do that for you.
Yep.
The other thing I will do is I will post this current Plando file in race results pretty shortly after this. So obviously go ahead and also try rolling these and see what you get. And of course you can then edit the Plando and see what you would like. But I am 100% open to hear what else you might have in terms of ideas or thoughts, because I mean, as a lot of people have said, they really like these settings. I have no idea what the results of these settings may be, even if it's just like, oh, we want to have a race, but we don't want to spend 4 hours. Let's just roll this and we'll have a little bit of fun. So
Yeah, although it can still result in some pretty trolly seeds. I rolled a seed earlier just to try it out for myself, and I was like, first hookshot was Shadow Trial 2.
Yeah.
Star, when do you not roll troll seeds? I'm just curious.
Not very often.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure we've established that we should not trust a seed that Star rolls.
You're not wrong, guys. You're not wrong. I had a seed the other day where 40 skulls long shot and a logical AD for lights.
Oh my god.
Among other things.
Gross.
Yeah, no, back on topic though.
But yeah. Again, my suggestion is just one major item on dungeons. I think that would help out a lot too. Because it'll keep less stuff like bottom of the well happening, and we won't have less jetty kind of seats that way too.
Right.
Yeah, it would definitely be another interesting thing to try, especially if 8 doesn't really solve a lot of issues. It would definitely be another thing to try. But yeah, I mean, definitely thank you everyone for trying these out. I know that sometimes just trying out in settings that are weird and wild may sometimes be not the coolest thing, but I appreciate how everyone's been enjoying these.
I think it's just fun to do different things, I think a lot of us, we've been doing Randomizer. I mean, Randomizer started in 2018, and a lot of us have been playing since Randomizer came out. And although there's been changes to the main builds over the time, we've just a lot of the races that we've done in that time have been get 6 medallions, go kill a pig. So doing just different things. That's why the Freaky Fridays became so popular. So I think that it's just a thing of people just liking to try new things and freshen it up a bit, which this definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are there any final thoughts? Any final things to point out or discussions for?
Titties. I don't know. You guys should stop asking that question in the voice call. I don't know what you're doing.
I mean, we're making sure you guys don't have any more questions.
I mean, I think looking at what we all got and stuff, I think it's quite clear that there are so many different ways to beat the seed in this, and I think that makes it a lot more interesting. When I was in air quotes go mode, there was about 4 different times I found 4 different ways to be in go mode, and I'm like, well, this isn't go mode. This is go mode. This is go mode. This is go mode.
That's definitely one thing I've noticed with this. I remember we were in no mode an hour into the seed. Not even joking.
Less. I think the hammer for you, Sean, meant that hammer for I think it was Sean at any rate. Whoever got it at the 40-something minute.
That was me.
Meant that we could do Deku, DC, Jabu, Fire, Ice, and Well. At that point, it was probably it. And then Strength confirmed that we could do Force even if GTG wasn't available, and then we just found the other stuff if you really decided to do Spirit Temples.
All around, I feel like this was a very lucky seed because you found Song of Storms really early, and then Bottom of the Well was loaded, and then there was also Kokiri's Sword was on adult
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yeah, I think if I'd have got the boomerang from the Valley crate, I 100% would not have done Spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, the fire was terrible.
But Spirit's key layout was super quick anyway, so...
Luckily, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with a decent key layout, Spirit's actually really quick. It's just Twin Rover.
Yeah,
Itself, that takes a while.
Yeah, there was 2 keys on adult side. There was a boss key in the mirror room, and then there was... a small key on the invisible chest on that staircase before the Iron Knuckle. So I think I was only there for 5 minutes. So
Yeah,
Spirit is Spirit's pretty Monka-esque because the last one of these I did, Spirit was like the boss key. I did the whole dungeon, and of course the boss key was on Child's side, so that was
Thanks.
super
Thanks,
super
games.
awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess stuff like that can happen.
Yeah, I mean that's the luck of the draw. That's like I didn't have either strength upgrade, so I was going nowhere near Spirit anyway. But it was definitely on my radar as like maybe not today. I kind of laughed when I found the mirror shield though, because like I wasn't even opening chests at that point. I was in go mode, and I just kind of muscle memory opened that chest, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Look at that.
I believe everyone did that too, actually. So
Yeah, we should have kind of nice. Not useful. Not using
Yeah.
it. Other than Sean, you could eventually.
oh, no.
New Spirit.
Lost unfortunately ended up using her.
Oh, time
Oh,
to go
that
back.
feels bad.
I think this is her 6th piece.
This should be her 6th piece, at least if her tracker is accurate.
I think so, because she's gotten 4 stones and medallions marked besides the one you started with, and she did well. So that's 5, and this will be 6. Hasn't gone to GTG yet for whichever reason, so that might be her 7th.
She does have iron boots too, but doesn't have a long shot. So GTG is most likely one to get.
All right, folks. Well, I am going to jump out of the call, so I'm going to get some food and all that. But thank you for having me on the restream. So,
Oh yeah.
Enjoyed it a lot.
We will
GG's.
do some more
GG's.
racing tomorrow. Bye, guys. Have a great
Yeah.
night.
GG's.
Night.
Yeah, so I'm looking through what I might do. So there this is one of those fun little things. I could do what I'm supposed to do and raid ZSR2, or we could raid Lost for her final Triforce piece.
I say we raid Lost, but that's obviously
Yeah,
not my
If
choice.
we're going to raid Lost.
Yep, so that's what I'll do. But what we'll do is I'll let you know some of the stuff that's happening right now. There is on ZSR2, if you are interested, a TMCR match, Swiss Round 2, Nimbus 125 versus Johnny Game Show 56.
Minish Cap Rando, for those who don't know.
Yep, Minish Cap. Should be, I think they're like in an hour in or something. Last I checked, I don't know, but there's also another race that actually has started. That's not on Restream. No, there will be one later tonight at 10 p.m. Digisnake versus Simple. That one is being restreamed, and that's on ZSR 3. And then tomorrow.
Zelda 2 Rando.
Yep, tomorrow. Let's see here. We've got a bunch of stuff for tomorrow. Majora's Mask Rando Weekly Race. That's going to be on ZSR 2. The quarterfinals for the OOT Bingo Tournament is happening. That's going to be on ZSR 3. As well as, of course, the NA Weekly, which will be later on tomorrow night on ZSR. As well as there's a whole bunch of other things. Go ahead and check the schedule. Big shout outs, thank you, Star, to all of our runners, Exani, Holy Sparks, Lost the Pirate, and SGD Sean. Thank you to our commentators, Star and Sloa. You have been amazing. Thank you so much. Trackers, as always, are fantastic trackers. Curry Chicken, Purple, Shawnee, and Tomotalk, which I apologize. Yeah, I think I screwed up either your name or something on that. I apologize. I don't know why, but I mean, I've been screwing up a bunch of things, so just putting that out there. Anyways,
Doodle as well.
yeah, just blame Doodle. That's all you need to do. So from all of us here at ZSR, we'll go ahead and we will raid Lost. So go ahead and give her a good shout as she finishes up Shadow, it looks like, which she'll make as her final Triforce piece. So see you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.